And by Kenemono, I greet you all lovers of freedom, all seekers of justice. Mmadụ niile ndị kwenyegoro na ịnọnyere ma gbanye anyị aja n'okwu, anyị wabụ ndị Igbo na ụmụnne ha. I thank you all because justice to one is justice to all, injustice to one is injustice to all. So I have a lot of things to say. Today I have come to react to what is found in the Nigerian dailies within the last 48 hours. There have been some speculations and clarifications to these speculations. Enwela asịrị ndị akụrụ akụ maka ihe gbasara ije ikpe Nnamdi Kanu. Onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na ụbọchị taa n'ụtụtụ a ọ bịarago ụlọ ikpe already. So he is already within the court premises. So we want to now react to this. Please don't wave this as part of those rumors. No, we have come to make clarifications and we will back it up with what is present in the Nigerian dailies newspapers. The Justice Tosho and some Nigerian dailies who are analyzing what the Nigerian Judicial Council said in attempt to refute the rumor, to debunk the rumor that they have discharged Nnamdi Kanu and they have been ordered to be repatriated to Kenya. And so in a bid to clear the air, they said things that I'm reacting to now. So the matters that are arising is what I have come to give you, and this matter is very threatening and injurious to not just to democracy but very hazardous to judicial system, to justice system entirely. So what are we talking about here? We want to please, we want to beg you to join us. Yes, this is Biafran Radical Freedom TV. So we are projecting, and a lot of other Biafran media. This particular media doesn't support gossip and rumors. We are whiter than white. So whatever you are hearing now is very verifiable. So I want you to refer to The Nation. It is in all the dailies. You can see it in the Premium Time. You can see it in the This Day Live. You can see it in so in all these dailies is there, but let us use one. We cannot read all because of time. So I want to resort to this voice note because we want to make sure it is everything is smooth. We want to make sure everything runs smoothly. Let's go. About leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, please, I want you to pay attention so that you will see why we are pointing out this. Yes, while it's important that we don't partake in spreading rumors, it is important as well for us to make certain things clear. Now listen up. The Supreme Court, the Nigerian Judicial Council have come to clarify that assertion, thereby faulting that rumor. Now, there are things you must note here if you pay attention. This clarification has been captured by several majority of Nigerian prominent dailies, including the Punch, the Daily Post, the Cable, the Nation newspaper, the This Day Live, and the rest of them, Vanguard, the Sun, and all of them. Yes. So these clarifications here now is what normally that rumor making round is what is supposed to be. And why many people accepted it is because that is the right thing to have been done. Unfortunately, and also it is important I state it here clearly that it is possible that this comment, this position was taken by the Nigerian Judicial the Nigerian Judicial Council. They might have made that position, and maybe they have been called back to order. They have been called back by the powers that be. because it's against them. Yes. So now the Nigerian Judicial Commission have taken a position to clarify that by stating that the information you heard was just a rumor peddled by rumor mongers wrongly to confuse or mislead the public on this issue at hand. Then I will now show you my interest here, because the Nigerian Judicial Council and the entire Nigerian judicial system has always demeaned justice or flawed or ridiculed justice system. How do we mean here? Just join me as I read out this position by the Nigerian Judicial Council as given out by Deputy Director of Information Kenny Ogedengbe. Yes, that is the position of the Chief Justice, Justice Kudirat Ekerekum, in the room of the court. Now listen, I want to read. According to them, according to her, the attention of the National Judicial Council has been drawn to media reports claiming that the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Honorable Justice Kudirat Motomele Olatukunbo Kekere Ekun ordered the release of Marvin Kanu and his repatriation to Kenya. The council wishes to categorically state that this report is false and a complete fabrication, with no basis in any court of law proceeding or rulings. It further emphasizes that the Chief Justice of Nigeria had neither presided over any case involving Kanu at the Supreme Court nor made any such statements. Additionally, the Chief Justice, the Nigerian Judicial Council noted that the CJN has not issued any formal communication to the Kenyan government or High Commission, nor has she apologized for Kanu's arrest or ongoing trial. Now the council urged the public to disregard the false report. Now there are things you get from this. This is not the main. This is not even the focus of my review. Now look at this. He said, additionally, the Chief Justice, the National Judicial Council, noted that the CJN has not issued any formal communication to Kenyan government or High Commission, nor has she apologized to Kenya. Nor has she apologized to Kenyan government for the illegal adoption. So they are priding in the fact that they know they have carried out a criminal proceeding. They are accepting having involved in that international crime and boasting that they are not remorseful. They are boasting that they are not remorseful because they are acknowledging somehow that they are supposed to have made a table apologies for this crime against Kenyan government and against the international community as a whole and the personality of Marvin Kanu. But that they are not tabling an apology. They have not done that, and maybe they are not willing to do so, though they did not state this unwillingness. But impliedly, that's what they're saying. Because they are not apologizing. They are not apologizing for the illegal arrest, neither are they apologizing for the ongoing trial, which is also a trial you cannot build in nothing. So there is in the first place no basis to even try him. Now, you can see the element of the mockery from the analysis of, I think, The Nation. Chief His Lordship, the Honorable Chief Justice of Nigeria, never wrote any formal letter to the Kenyan government. We already took this part. The council urges members of the public to regard the fake story. Okay, earlier last week, Justice James Tosho, to whom Kanu's prison trial has been assigned, scheduled March 21 for the case to begin afresh before his court. It was learned that the hearing notices have been issued and dispatched to parties. Now, it was gathered that the case file and the other necessary documents have since been transferred to Justice Tosho court, paving the way for this for the issuance of the hearing notices. Now, barring any unforeseen circumstances, Kanu is expected to be rearranged on the remaining 7 counts in the treason charge preferred against him by the federal government. Okay, the Supreme Court in a judgment on December 15, 2023, ordered Kanu to submit himself for trial before the Federal High Court on the remaining 7 count charges. Now, the Appeals Court in the judgment reversed the decision of the Court of Appeal discharging and acquitting Kanu on the case. The Appeals Court, now listen, the Appeals Court in the judgment reversed the decision of the Court of Appeal discharging and acquitting Kanu on the case. Now, listen more. The Appeals Court held that. Now, do you remember that your own Nigerian judges and lawyers had argued before today that there was never a time that the Supreme Court, or sorry, even the federal, the appeal court discharged and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu. Their argument, all of them who have made public appearances in the Nigerian national televisions, they had always said that Nnamdi Kanu was, discharged but not acquitted. Can you remember? Yes, this was a position they have always come to, because there is no shame. They have no values. They have no morals. And you cannot deal without values and morals when you have any business with law. Law, you must uphold values and morals. Yes. When, even though you might, the logics and argument is, but values, the morals must not be neglected. Now these people come to, and these people are still held valid lawyers with certificates, that there was never a time that the court discharged and acquitted. Now, this is coming from the Nigerian Judicial Council. That is what we are reading now. This is from the Nigerian Judicial Council, direct, telling you now that they are reversing the court holdings position, the judgment of the appeal court. That it was, so that means the Supreme Court upheld that Nnamdi Kanu was discharged and acquitted. So let us bypass that. That's not where I'm going. It's just a matter arising. But although he was illegally brought back to Nigeria from Kenya, now they accepted that he was illegally brought back. They accepted he was illegally brought back, but because of the pride, the boastful nature of emptiness, they don't want to make apologies to Kenya, because if they do, invariably, they will helplessly be not just repatriating him and they can return him to, they will also have to obey those court judgments that even requested that Nnamdi Kanu be compensated. The 2 different court judgments that leave it fine on the Nigerian government to pay Nnamdi Kanu compensations. When he jumped bail, this is where I have my bone of contention. Where he jumped bail. They are now asserting that Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail. Let's listen on so that you know whether Supreme Court said Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail or not. Listen. That the development could not have divested the trial court of the jurisdiction to continue his trial. Now look at it now. That the Appeals Court held that although he was illegally brought back to Nigeria from Kenya, when he jumped bail,
Now, the question is, why this rape of judicial system? Because it is a judicial shenanigan. It is a rape, it's a mockery of judicial system. It is a rape, it is a mockery of justice system. That a court will say one thing, and the people who say they are long-time practicing lawyers will make this kind of interpretations. Now, this is interpretation that this newspaper is given to what the Nigerian Judicial Council said. They are interpreting. The apex court held that although he was illegally brought back to Nigeria from Kenya when he jumped bail, now the case is, did the Supreme Court say that Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail? That is when you see the continuous rape on the judicial system. Now, some people are today crying about the rape, the mockery of judicial system and justice system in Rivers State today. They forgot that this is the foundation, this is the thing they accepted yesterday.
That is it.
And today they just want a miracle.
What? Now, listen. A lot of you have seen our brother, Asari Dokubo. Yes, he's our brother. You have seen him and you have seen his like minds. Now, you remember that these were the same set of people who were telling the government to ignore, to flout the court judgment. These were the same people who were telling everybody to ignore Peter Obi, that it is Jagaban turn. I don't know how many of you that will remember, just flashback, it is just yesterday. The song they composed, turn by turn, na Jagaban turn, turn by turn. You can remember the song. You can see all the kind of foolish mobilizations. Today, what they accepted yesterday is haunting them. That's why I will always uphold Dele Farotimi. Yes, but listen up.
What you accepted today will sometime or somehow haunt you tomorrow. This is what you kept quiet when all this nonsense was going on. Today you are crying for sympathize with Shodara and all of that. This is it. That's why I love this my beloved grandpapa of law, do no longer practicing. You saw his position, neither supporting Fubara nor Wike, because you are all is the interest of River State people what is at stake, what they are talking about. No, it is how to share the common patrimony of the River people, and how one did not keep to devilish agreement and no longer wish to keep it. Okay, now you can see the apex court held that. Did the Supreme Court say that Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail? That is the opposite. The Supreme Court was upholding what the Umuahia Federal High Court said, that Nnamdi Kanu only acted like normal human being, and the normal even animal will not see where you want to cut it down. Even it's only a tree that is not that's not really locomotive, that will see that you want to cut it down, and it will stand. There is no normal human being that will see this and stand. And that is why and practically, in fact, different courts even sought for compensation. Fine was levied at the federal government of Nigeria. Yes. Damages. Was it paid? Are we talking about that one? Different courts. Because they practically named unalived a lot of people. So it was just about divine providence that Nnamdi Kanu was able to save his head. And the shock still came after, or still, did away with his parents. The shock. The parents never, withstand that shock until they gave up the ghost. So why is it that there is need for the people of the world to accept or to see that there is nobody in Nigeria that really has any knowledge of law. You see that the law is a joke in Nigeria, that anybody who is holding any certification from law, both the schools, the institutions that even certify them should not be held, valid. Not the people who are holding the certifications and the institutions that gave them the certifications. Because you cannot be a lawyer and you are giving this kind of interpretation. If you are not accepting to it, then you should sue the newspaper that is giving this analysis. Because they are interpreting this, that the Supreme Court held this. Now look at it. So they also said that Tosho rejected Justice Nyako's withdrawal. You see the gamble they play with judiciary.
Are you hearing that? Still listen on.
The gamble they play with justice system. Now I ask, is modern justice no longer blind? Or the modern justice in Nigeria is different from the modern justice in all over the world? In other places of the world? Is the modern justice no longer blind? Is she no longer tied that she don't play favoritism? No fairness anymore. What has happened to modern justice? For me, it is now in the place of the John Tosho to cherry pick, to decide on what judicial judgment, what court judgments to work with, or what pronouncement to work with. What is so? Because according to the statement that he rejected the withdrawal, the recusal of the Dr. Nyako, and maybe later he changed his mind. He later changed his mind. So the judicial process is a question of wish. Whatever the person in charge wish is not what justice says. It is the wish. When he sleeps and when maybe a shower, he tells him after having made up some time with him, the shower tells him, oh, this is what to say today. I am not a friend. This man is my enemy. So say this in my favor. So whatever he chooses, and they are saying it. It is a slap on judicial system. It is a slap on justice system. It is a mockery. This is how they are buying court injunctions every year, every now and then. Everybody now want to talk law. People that cannot, even the junkies. Look at them now. These are the people that you talk about lawyers. It's unfortunate. That's why we don't want to be part of this kind of laughable society any longer.
Oh. All right, update right now. The Maryland and Kanu's court case has been adjourned to 29th of April, 2nd and 6th of May. Now you can see what we are talking about. Here in what I read out, they said it is Nnamdi Kanu's Judicial Defense Council, that defense team, that has been lingering the case. They have been using avoidance strategy. So they are the ones that have been delaying, that no significant progress has been made. This is how they've continued to adjourn and adjourn and adjourn. What time are you buying? This is what you know. There is no end. You can never get it. You can't build on nothing. You can't build on nothing. They have adjourned the case now as we are speaking. As we speak, they have adjourned the case. till 29th, and then the other days of the month of May. This is what we are talking about. They have adjourned the case. This is the kind of country we are talking about. Listen.
All right. Also, on the rumor that also was reported by some, I don't know how to classify them. Let me just read through from the April media. The headline is Nnamdi Kanu's trial, a new chapter with seasoned legal representation. Mind you, before I read this, you will hear some SANs in the list, but that does not mean that these SANs are stronger than Ejimakor, the legal team leader, because this man is an Okpukpeshi man. He's a man of big head in the law. He is too grounded, because this SAN is Nigerian title. Ejimakor, if he had played along with the Nigerian judicial, maybe he would have been bigger than a lot of these people, because when you see his legal pedigree, when you see him, you know. When you hear from him, you know he is too grounded in the affairs of law. So let us see what this Kuno media has to say. Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, prepares for his upcoming trial on charges of terrorism and treason. A significant shift in his legal strategy has emerged. Contrary to earlier statement by his younger brother and family spokesperson Emmanuel Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu will not be representing himself in the court. Instead, he has assembled a formidable defense team, including former Attorney General of the Federation of Nigeria, Mr. Kanu Agabi, SAN, Uchenna and Joko, SAN, and Mr. Ejimakor. This development marks a pivotal change in Kanu's approach to his trial, signaling a move towards a more legally focused defense. Well, that is this guy's choice of words. That doesn't mean his former defense weren't formidable. If not, the Nigerian state wouldn't have been running around, buying time and ending. So now, the inclusion of seasoned legal professionals like Agabi and Joko is a remarkable twist in Kanu's legal journey. Initially, Mike Ezekwueme SAN was the first senior lawyer that is in the Nigerian ranking, senior lawyer in the Nigerian ranking, when you have CACNs that doesn't know that Abuja has a separate status. SANs that doesn't know when the Supreme Court says that Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail, like you already heard here or will hear. Initially, Mike Ezekwueme was the first senior lawyer to join Nnamdi Kanu's defense team. The addition of such high caliber lawyer suggests that Kanu is now viewing his trial as whatever. Okay, so I already made my position. This is what is happening. So, Manuel Kanu, Kanu Takano, all of you should please go to Momo. Stop confusing issues. Stop adding salt to the injury. Be cool. You people are not helping matters. Now, I want to proceed to read from what our learned scholar, Barrister Ejimakor, the legal guru, the giant, the Iroko in the house. Yes, this is what is released some couple of hours ago. That is dated 19th March. Let's say a day plus ago. The Ejimakor Legal Services, his chamber released this in. So what we did by chambers. Now you can see how, look at the name of his chamber. This man is not like all those Karolites that want to hear him, hear what he represents. That's why he is not in the Kanu's case like a hireling, like somebody that is hired. He is in the case like somebody who is equally affected, who is equally victimized, who is equally sharing in the peril, in the ordeal. That is what you are seeing. This man, he is so Biafranized, obedient by chambers. Some people might want to see it from different. That is what he. And when you talk about this linguistic models or being grounded in laws and in use of English language, you can see that none of these people can write and likes can stand anywhere close to him. None of them. No, not none of them practically. But he's so patriotic. That same spirit of, have you ever seen the kind of Yankee phonetics like some of these people who say they are Arab brothers? No. He's a citizen to the UK, but he makes sure he uses his choice of words and dictions and the sounds of his words in an Africanized manner. That's the way you hear Chinua Achebe, late of blessed memory, you say. That's the way he pronounces things. Not to depict the way he writes, because that's why the white man say he Africanized English literature. He Africanized it. So when we hiring the showing cars trying to, claim being more worded and, so let's not distract ourselves. Now look at the composition of the Labour team and family members to be represented. And some other thing you must find out here is that in all this list, you never see any members of the Kanu family are here. Now look at this. You will not see Uchechi Kanu here. You never have seen, and we never see. When we tell you that something is happening, something has happened, and why the woman is taking all these women. Let us focus. Now see the composition now. See the lawyers that are there. Chief Kanu Agabi, the SAN. Uchenna Njoko, the SAN. Ejimakor, the Esquire. PA Jofo, that's by Samuel Jofo, Esquire. Maxwell Wampara, Esquire. Patrick Angaze, Esquire. Emmanuel Zogo, Esquire. Jude Ugwani, Esquire. Mandela Makiamu, Onederegu, Esquire. Little friend Soji, Esquire. Ikenna Wengu, Esquire. Christian, Esquire. Now, you now see the members of this family that are about almost 20 of them, I think 18. Now, Prince Emmanuel Kanu, you see him there. Prince Femo Kanu, you see him there. Prince Nana Kanu, you see him there. Mr. Chidema Frederick, Mr. Omoyele Sore, you see him there. Honorable. These are not necessarily direct members, but the direct members come first. Only those direct siblings come first. Then other well-meaning people who are, concerned, who disagree with the injustice, to see them there. President Frederick, Mr. Mr. Biamocha, the honorable member of the House, Honorable Ikenga Guchivere, you know him now, Guchivere, Ikenga, Honorable Eze, Dr. Chukwemeka Eri, Chief Barrister Chukwudi Ezobika, Chief Barrister Godson Okoye, High Chief Shinazo Wilise, Chief Vincent Enene, Eze Enyinda Ugunka, Emeko Bugu, Benson Erewa, Chidi Okala, Mazume Chimela, Mazono Ipe. Now, you have seen this is signed by Ejimakor, the lead counsel of record. So you can see that. Did you hear anything like did you hear any name like Delilah? Delilah Jagobada. So when we say we made this revelation more than a year now. Yes, we made this revelation more than a year now. But maybe from today, a lot of you begin to see what we're talking about. When you also open your eyes about this other Delilahs that betrayed Simon Ekpa, you will still know about it.
Okay, now, thank you for listening. Then I want to use the opportunity to tell you a lot of arguments have been rising. Some people who are supporting the people that betrayed Simon Ekpa, they are saying, yes, Simon Ekpa said Nnamdi Kanu cannot issue order from let me not complicate issues. This is not for Simon Ekpanan. This is for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. So do a program today to make clarifications on a lot of this information that have been spreading over the social media by a lot of people, including that from Kanu White and many other people. So thank you for paying attention to this, because you've been able to see, one, the Nigerian government, the Nigerian Judicial Council have accepted that it was an illegal act on the part of the Nigerian state, but they are not remorseful about it, because they are saying that they have not apologized to Kenyan government. Two, you will see that the issue of upholding judicial rulings, the court rulings, court activities, the law doesn't have its course, but individuals decide. They change their mind at will, and whatever their mind tells them becomes the law. So, in the case of the Justice Omotosho, where he said he changed his mind. So we are not putting words to his mouth. We are saying what is there in the Nigerian dailies. It is in the public domain that he changed his mind on accepting whether Justice Binta will still, adjudicate on Nnamdi Kanu's case, or the recusal will be upheld. So he changed his mind and unchanged his mind. Before he said that the recusal will not hold any water. So after Nnamdi Kanu, shamed them, disgraced them, so out of that shame, they now came up to a lot after a lot of Jagoda Black Boss Pandara arrangements and activities that is behind the curtain whisperings. They decided to say, no, we can't continue with this level of shame, so let us redeem our image. So now he said he changed his mind. So now he upheld the Omotosho's the Justice Binta's recusal. So it is at will, whatever they decide. They decide when to uphold court judgments. They decide when to dish out anyone. They decide how they neglect whatever the law says. Why do you think that same people like us, the Biafrans, won't want to, do away with such a society, such a political arrangement of a state? You are seeing what is happening. A whole Supreme Court welded into a matter that constitutionally obviously stated, where it was so constitutionally obvious, in blue and black, that the issue of local governments cannot be adjudicated upon by the Supreme Court. The highest level it will go is the High Court, Federal High Court. But because the country have decided to be without shame, because the power drunk people have decided that this is how they don't care what people say. So is it fair? Look at different nations of the world. Some people mock some Asian countries, some Arab nations. They say, oh, they are not human rights, they are not human rights. At the end of the day, when you go to these Arab nations, where they're not laying claim to human rights, but they are the ones that really observe human rights. They are the ones that understand what fairness, justice, and equity means. They save their image. Unfortunate, those that say they are pro-West, that they so value democracy, they so this one and that, they're the ones that their heads are tied with injustice, knitted together that you cannot separate. What you see, in fact, it is an obvious iron cast compartment. You can't separate injustice, unfairness, democratic rape from these people and these governments. It's unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. Look at it. one individual decides when to accept what court says, what activity happens in the court. They decide. Court says one thing, they say no. Somebody now went ahead to even go behind to ignore what court said. Some went behind to protest judgment. Then you are hearing the issue of state of emergency. Are you hearing it? The issue of state of emergency. This is it. This is it. What happens to? There is no fair, no just human society that will. The Supreme Court was very, and there have been so many judicial precedents. The court says yes. Why the power to declare state of emergency is possible because of the chief executive, chief of security of the state is the president. He can, but he doesn't have the power to sack somebody that is elected by the people. In your own case, there was a clear rape of democracy. Somebody that is not elected is the one that want to sack the one that is elected. Is that, you can see that? And of course, all of them, they came through the same window. They all came through the same window. So, you said, like Dele Faro to me would say, I don't want to concern myself with these people because none of them has the interests of the ordinary people at heart. That whatever they are contending or wrestling about, it doesn't represent the interests of the oppressed people. Okay, this is it. That is the kind of, so okay, maybe you need to see. You need to see. I need to play what this man said. Maybe I should just close the session with the position of Dele Farotimi. I think that's what I should. Let me look for that. Dele Farotimi has been very, very vocal and he's very straight. He has never ceased from being fair and just in his positions. I think I need to get that video because if I am able to get it, it will help me to bring this program to an end because I don't want it to be up to 1 hour. I want it to be very less than 1 hour. Hence people will get very bored. Okay, look at Dele Farotimi.
You see, when this River State comes up in my space, I feel myself in a little conundrum, which is easily resolvable. And here is what it is. It is not in my habit to get involved with squabbles amongst thieves.
You get that? It is squabbles amongst thieves. It is squabbles amongst thieves. You get that? Okay, listen.
First place, Simi Lari Fubara is Wike's creation.
You heard that?
When they were trying to shake Wike, he was the one who was housing Simi in government house. How Simi became governor is not by the will of the people of Rivers State, it's by the will of Wicked Wike.
So you heard that? That he made as a governor by the will of the Wicked Wike, so not the will of the Rivers, but let us continue to hear.
So when the two of them can, why are they quarreling? They can't agree on how to share the people's commonwealth.
Are you hearing that? Okay.
I'm supposed to have any interest whatsoever in what they do to each other.
Okay, now I still want you to hear something more. Okay, it's not from him now.
Interest whatsoever in what they do to each other.
It's not from him now. Let me show you from him. So that when I make mention of turn by turn, you should know I wasn't just singing. It was from Asari Dokubo that I got that. But that is not even what I want to show you. I want to now justify my claims when you hear Wike said something. Wike said something. Wike said it is his turn. Tinubu said it is his turn. So it is about turn, and Asari Dokubo now crowned it by saying it is turn by turn. Because I want to be fair enough that no one would accuse me of being biased.
What everybody's happy about is their business. What is your own turn do? That's my own turn. Because people will ask me, you were the LCT minister, you have my matter. What everybody's happy about is their business. What is your own turn do? This is my own turn.
So are you hearing how we have to agree with Jennifer Rotimi? It is not a fight amongst the evil and the good. Nobody is talking about the interest of the ordinary people of Rivers State. It is about one not agreeing to the devious, to the satanic agreement, or how the people's commonwealth will be shared amongst themselves, amongst the political bulldozers. As we speak, many people have received gunshots, properties have been, destroyed. The Rivers people continue to suffer. When will Nigerian people start to reason? Will this ever end? No. Let us look around to help ourselves, as we have been forced together and it's not helping us, it's not working out for us. A girl spoke up and NYC was after her. This is what you continue to see, bullying. So thank you for listening. Do good to share, subscribe, follow us, drop your comment, but respectively. Be very respectful, conduct yourself in dropping your comments. Thank you. Join us later because we have to address some deep issues. Yes, some things have need, Yes, Biafrans need to hear some things, some deep truth, and it's going to be very good clarifications. Yes, it will be raw, it will be hard. Some people might not be able to deal with it. You can write your insults and we'll give you back too. So we are not, there's no gentleman thing here. We are gentlemen, but when you bring in rascality, we return it in equal measure or even in greater proportion. Thank you.